Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. As we work through just a couple of technical issues to make sure everybody gets signed in. Today is Monday, April the 8th, 2024. We're here for proposed rule changes regarding TAC 89 et sec. My name is Derek Collingsworth. Um, I'm the host for today's meeting. We do have a full room. However, only one person has signed up to provide testimony. I have some instructions that I must read verbally, and then once we've done that, then we can proceed. Speakers will be called to speak by their sign-in number in order of sign-in. Please clearly state and spell your full name. If you are representing an organization, please clearly state the name of the organization that you are representing. You will have only 3 minutes to speak. The timer will start after you have stated your name and, if applicable, the name of the organization you are representing. A 30-second warning will be given. At the end of the 3 minutes, you will be given a signal to stop. Once the stop signal is given, you may complete your sentence, and then you must stop. Speakers are encouraged to include written copies of their prepared testimony. Written testimony may be emailed to spedrule@tea.texas.gov. And as always, TEA staff will not be responding to comments today, nor will TEA staff ask or answer any questions. And so, Mr. Circle, you may begin, sir.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Martin Sertiel. I am a licensed social worker and an attorney. I represent the group called TOPO, which is the Texas Organization of Parents, Attorneys, and Advocates. And we help Penn with assistance from our friends from Disability Rights Texas and some other groups, what we're calling a proposed rule to deal with a hole in the bucket. Federal law has promulgated a statute and a rule that addresses the needs of students who, when they turn 18, are not able to make their own educational decisions. And it asks the states to develop a process for those students to be represented in various adversarial proceedings, typically what we call due process hearings here in the state of Texas. Now, for the most part, students who reach the age of 18 and are in school, probably hundreds of thousands of them across the state of Texas over many years, everything gets along to peachy keen. Their families are able to provide consent for them to go on field trips, to have food, to participate in programs at school, and nobody really seems to care all that much. And that's great. But when the student and or the parent or guardian, well, not the guardian, or the parent or another loved one is at what we call the art committee meeting, and there's a disagreement over the child's educational programming, if that person files a due process hearing with TEA, typically the school districts will file a plea to the jurisdiction saying, well, that student doesn't have the ability to make their own decisions. They don't have guardians. And we're kind of left with nobody to represent those kids. So this rule is intended to fill that hole. It's intended to give honor to the transition planning, which occurs here in Texas when kids start to be 14. And it puts the art committee on notice to let the parent know that, hey, we have this issue coming up when your child's 18, that either you need to get a guardianship.
30 seconds.
Or, oh, wow, 30 seconds. Okay. Well, this is what I was going to say then. We sent in the document. It speaks for itself. I worked for the state for many years. I know committees get set up to deal with these things. I'm happy to work on the committee. Once again, these are our most disabled children. These are our kids that are most incompetent physically and cognitively. And right now they have absolutely no representation. And it's time for Texas to develop the rule that the federal court wants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Allen.
Good morning. My name is Stephen Aleman. That's Steven Aleman. I'm here this morning to represent Disability Rights Texas, the protection and advocacy agency on behalf of people with disabilities in our great state. The rulemaking that's being proposed by the Texas Education Agency is very comprehensive and touches upon many important and critical state regulations in the special education process. To be clear, Disability Rights Texas will submit written comments to cover all of the proposed changes. But this morning, I just want to highlight our comments with regard to one important rule, that is our regulation about individualized education programs, or IEPs, currently found in Title 19 Texas Administrative Code, Section 89.1055. And specifically, I want to address two changes being made in that regulation as proposed by TEA, and endorse those changes, but also make one request for a revision before final adoption. I want to endorse the proposed language changes with regard to annual goals. Those are important parts and foundational pieces of the IEP, and the proposed language to enhance the preparation of annual goals is something that we at Disability Rights Texas supports. We also support changes with regard to transition planning. Transition planning is super important. We have state elements that address transition planning, and this regulation would align federal requirements with our state requirements at the age of 14, and we support that proposed change. Finally, with regard to 89.1055, we would request one additional revision. That is with regard to the conclusion of our meetings and allowing parents the opportunity to review materials before being asked to sign an agreement. We often hear complaints from parents that sometimes, not always, but sometimes our committees pressure parents to sign so that the meeting may be concluded. And sometimes these parents would like to have the opportunity to review those materials, especially now these newly developed annual goals, more carefully before signing an agreement. And we would just request a process by which parents have that opportunity and not have to be forced into the position of having to disagree when there may not really be a disagreement. With regard to the other proposed changes, as I said, we will submit written comments, but I want to take this moment today to highlight these changes in 89.1055. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Stevens, you came into the meeting right as we were getting started. Did you have any interest in providing testimony today?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I did not. I'm just listening.
Okay, very well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and your attention. No one else has signed up to give any testimony today. So that will conclude today's public hearing. Of course, this meeting is being recorded, and so it will be available later this week on TEA's YouTube page. Again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully you'll be able to see some of the eclipse today. Have a great day.